Hey my little party animals, hiphiprenee here today with a brand new absurd video for you. Seriously, I'm genuinely not sure what this channel even is anymore, but here we are. The Sims community is more divided than ever recently. Brother against sister, friend against friend, the gurus against the entire community. But the community isn't divided all for one reason. It's many little things that are breaking people apart. You may agree with someone on one thing and disagree with them on another. Today, we're taking a look at the top 10 most prolific rivalries in the Sims community. Let's get started. Number 1, Alpha versus Maxis match. Did you really think we weren't going to start this list off with this age-old rivalry? Putting aside whether you use CC at all, we'll get to that in a minute, the simple question is always Alpha or Maxis match? Personally, I don't use CC, so we're not starting off this list with a strong opinion from me either way, but according to the exceptionally scientific poll I conducted on the research platform Twitter, the crowds have overwhelmingly voted for Maxis match. And can you blame them? The Sims 4 has a very distinct style, and as much as I can appreciate the talent of Alpha CC creators and users, you can't help but feel that the Sims of Alpha CC feel a little odd in a Maxis community lot or build. Number 2, CC versus no CC. Now this is a topic I have a say in, because I don't use CC at all, and my vote is obviously for no CC here. But there are arguments from both sides. CC creators typically claim that they don't think The Sims has enough items, or the correct items to build exactly what they're looking to build or create exactly what they're looking to create. While non-CC creators are either playing on console, don't have enough space for CC, or simply find it more creative to work with what you've got, so to speak. That being said, in my, again, extremely scientific poll, it seems like CC has won by a fair bit. I will agree to disagree here. Number 3, builders versus Create-A-Sim creators. This one is a much tighter race. While there are some simmers out there who enjoy both Create-A-Sim and building, I would say that most people have a serious preference towards one or the other. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I prefer building over Create-A-Sim any day of the week. And the reason why is probably something that a lot of other builders can relate to. I fucking suck at making Sims.
Dad, Nancy, it's bad. It's so bad. There's blood everywhere.
Like, I'm really, really bad at it. And I've heard from Create-A-Sim creators that they don't build as much because they're terrible at building. It makes sense to stick with what you're good at, but these two groups shouldn't be a rivalry. You should work together. Have someone create Sims for your builds, or vice versa, for a cute and wholesome way to keep the community connected. Number 4, LPs versus Machinimas. Now that we've tackled the non-gameplay side of the rivalries, we have LPs, or Let's Plays, and Machinimas. I personally don't really watch much of each. I find it hard to follow a series at all, including TV shows and movie franchises, so to think that I have to sit through 60 episodes of something is very daunting for me. But if given the choice, it's Machinimas all day long. Machinimas take so much time, talent, and creativity to create, they're really unmatched in my opinion. But, according to my scientific polls, most people apparently have no taste and have chosen LPs over Machinimas. A moment of silence for the Machinima community, please. Number 5, Sims 4 versus all of the other ones. I know, it feels like I put the big one right smack in the middle of the list, right? But stick around, y'all, because number 10 is the most important here. And this one isn't as controversial as you think. I'm not sure where the divide between the vocal members of the Sims community and the silent voters lie, but The Sims 4 won over literally anything else by a fucking lot. You Sims 4 haters may be louder, but we know who the best one really is here. Number 6, Completionists versus Pack Pickers. Yet another fairly vocal rivalry in the Sims community is the Completionists versus the Pack Pickers. The The Completionists, much like myself until Star Wars fucking tell me I can't bang Kylo Ren, see if I buy your fucking... Okay, anyway, Completionists must have all of the packs. We need every item, every article of clothing, every bit of gameplay to satisfy our Sims' lust. While pack pickers, on the other hand, only buy what benefits their personal playstyle and needs. And in an overwhelming vote, it seems like the Sims community has a serious addiction, and we may all need an intervention and possibly a financial advisor. Number 7. Cheats versus no cheats. Is there a more divided part of the Sims community? Well, yes, there is, but cheaters and non-cheaters are a pretty big divide. With even the cheaters trying to rationalize their cheating, well, I only use move objects so I don't actually cheat, is a slippery slope to repeating motherlode over and over. I'm part of both camps, like I assume many are. I use all of the building cheats on a near daily basis, but I very rarely use any sort of gameplay or create a sim cheats. This question didn't make it into the poll because I decided to change my mind at the last minute about one of the questions, so let's just say it's evenly matched. Number 8. Realism versus fantasy. Yet another heavily divided part of our community. The realism side lives for packs like Parenthood, Seasons, and Cats and Dogs, where the fantasy half of the community is yelling about why we don't have werewolves yet. But seriously, what is the obsession this community has with freaking werewolves, man? I am 100% in the camp of realism here. I like playing myself and my own story, and to my knowledge, there is no history of aliens or vampirism in my family. But also, looking at the realistic elements of the Sims we have versus the fantasy elements of the Sims we have, it seems that both the developers and the fans here have spoken. Realism won the poll by a fairly big margin. Number 9. Family gameplay versus single sim gameplay. Coming up on one of our final topics is the family game players and the single sim game players. There are challenges and LPs out there that cater to both styles. Family game players are likely more drawn to the 100 Baby Challenge or a Legacy Generations Challenge, while single sim game players may be doing a Rags to Riches or a Super Sim Challenge. The simple fact is that some people like controlling multiple Sims and some people like focusing on one Sim. It could honestly go either way, but family gameplay took a big jump over single Sims in the polls. Number 10. Silly Simas versus hiphiprenee. Quite possibly the most important and prolific rivalry of the Sims community is that of Silly Simas and yours truly, hiphiprenee. Silly Simas has done nothing but spread lies and slander around the internet with filth about my name and my content, while I am a beacon of light, hope, and the type of wholesomeness that you just don't fucking see anymore. While I wasn't expecting anything different, it seems the Sims community at large has spoken, and I, hiphiprenee, continue to reign supreme in the fight between me and Silly Simas. Suck on that, Simon, you rat bastard. And there you have it, the 10 most prolific rivalries in the Sims community. Did you agree with the community at large? Do you have opinions? Of course you do. Simmers always have a fucking opinion. Feel free to leave your opinions, good or wrong, below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.